At the start of the year, my goal was to post my first YouTube video, and with 4 vlogs posted, it's safe to say that it's time for a new goal. So, hi, I'm Gabriella, and welcome to a podcast segment I like to call Girlhood with Gabby. For now, this is definitely going to be audio only. I'm not so good with the camera side of things so far. So you're probably just going to see a pretty little photo of a logo I make for Girlhood with Gabby. But let's get into it. My YouTube channel name is Gabriela Alejandra. That's my first and middle name. But I normally go by Gabby Martins or Gabriela Martins on different social medias. My birthday is May 9th, 2007, which makes me 17, turning 18 very soon. Very excited for that. I was born here in California, but I grew up for most of my life in the UK. When I was 5 or 6, we moved to England, and I stayed in England until I was 14. When I was 14, my parents moved us to Northern Ireland, which I stayed until August of last year, just until I was 17. Growing up not being from where everyone else was at school, it was definitely hard because, kids are so nitpicky. If you're even slightly different, you're going to be a target for any sort of abuse coming your way, But nevertheless, I did make a good few friends, friends that I still talk to today, from England and from Northern Ireland, which I'm very, very grateful for. So yeah, I made a YouTube channel actually because I've been wanting to, I just dropped my Apple Pencil. I've been wanting to make a YouTube channel for some time. I remember when I was little, I used to set up the camera and just record, make videos, sing, play with my dolls, show how I would make dolls dresses because I would sew on myself out of old clothes. I've always had that creative energy, and I've just never really learned how to harness it. And now I'm old enough to be on social media and know how to act correctly on it. I definitely want to build on these skills and show people what I can do, what I'm made of. I made a YouTube channel for the girls who aren't seen at home or at school or with their friends, with their parents. I made a YouTube channel for the girls who are adulting and who are scared of change. I made a YouTube channel for the girls who are alone and want someone to listen to. I made a YouTube channel to inspire people, to show them that they can be creative too, and together we can, put some pretty cool stuff out there. Because that's what it is, right? We're all just using our creative juices and harnessing them in the right way, and then bada boom, bada bow, we're making this crazy thing come true. I think my target audience is definitely gonna stay in the female category. Guys, I'm sorry. There's obviously gonna be stuff for everyone on my channel, but I do, however, want to focus on my younger female audience. So, teenage years, early adulthood, even going into, the 20s, 30s category, just for the female audience in general. I think I can, resonate with a lot more of the women out there than the men, obviously. So let's talk about my interests. I have a few. Like I said, I'm a creative spirit. I really love art. I grew up always drawing, and there was always paper scattered around my room. Gabby, clean it up, there's so much paper. But to me, it was all art. To me, every single piece of paper had its meaning, and I couldn't throw any of it away. For me, I really love to draw. I really love to read. I love reading. It's something that I picked up later on than some kids, just because I didn't really get to reading properly until I was around 10 or 11. So that sort of held me back from reading stuff at a normal pace I really wanted to. But I remember for my birthday, my mom got me Harry Potter books, which I absolutely devoured and loved so much. Page after page after page. I used to stay up all night until the sun rose with a torch, and I used to put blankets all around because I was sleeping on the bottom bunk. I used to put blankets all around and make a little fort, and I would just sit there and read and and just be in my element. I love sports. I love nature. I used to play soccer or football, depending on where you are in the world. When I was younger in school and, for a club for a while and all of that. I really just love being outside, being one with the different elements. I love sunsets. I love the beach. I adore the beach. I think the beach is definitely my happy place. I remember the first time I went by myself to a beach here in California, and I was just in awe. It's just so beautiful. It's so amazing. And oh my gosh, honestly, there's nothing like going to the beach over here and just spending the whole day here, bringing a book and just laying in the sand. It's awesome. I like to write, which I don't admit much. I don't know, I feel sort of like a fake when I tell people, I'm a writer, I love writing too, because it's like, oh, you're a writer? What do you write? I just, everyday stuff, journal entries. I love writing my poetry. I used to sit on top of a climbing frame at my parents' house in Northern Ireland. It was a little park just across the way, and I used to sit on top of the climbing frame and look at the view and watch the sunset, and I would just write away. And when it was raining, I used to put my books away in my bag, and I would just lay on the floor and let the rain just soak me through my clothes. It was awesome. My interests. I guess my interests also go into church. I really love the community that I've built and that I've grown into at church. I've just found this church at the start of February, actually, so it's been just over a month. But it feels like I've been there a lot longer. Like, the bond that I feel that I've made with the girls my age there is already so strong, and I'm honestly really glad to have met them all. Sometimes when you go to a new church, people there are a little bit cautious and sort of cliquey, but my church is not like that at all. We all have our own cliques, yes, and everyone, has their own friendships in church, but they never make you feel unwelcome. It's very much the first time you come, you're a guest or you're new, and then the second time you come, you're family. So I've really loved just being there and being in fellowship with everyone. Something on this YouTube channel I do want to make known is I am a woman of God at the end of the day, and I'm not gonna sort of conform to a lot of the worldly things that go on. I'm not saying I'm the most perfect example of what a Christian should look like. I definitely have a long way to go, and there's definitely, a lot of personal battles that I'm still dealing with, but I'm gonna try to keep it as, Christian as possible on here. I want to be able to, as a friend of mine, Tarzan, would say, shine my light, but I want to do it in the correct way. I want to bring the right people in, and having this target audience. Not everyone's going to be watching my stuff, but that's okay. I'm doing it because I genuinely want to, not because I'm trying to profit or make money off of any of this. Not yet, anyway. We got to get good at our craft first. In the future, a dream of mine would definitely be to collab with other creators and, go on brand trips and be ambassadors for brands that I really have a connection with, and, just network and do all the things that you see people like Alicia Marie, Miss Remy Ashton, Nicole Lano, Alyssa Howard. I love all of them so much, and I've been watching them for such a long time. Oh my gosh. I wish I could be like that one day, I definitely want this to be a safe space for the women out there, I want to be one of those comfort YouTubers, those comfort creators. After a long day, during a long drive, something's happened, you're a little stressed out, you just need to unwind, maybe you have chores to do, just put me on in the background and I'm there with you, right? When I think of a good podcast, I think of something that I can relate to, something that has a good hook in it that'll keep me listening, something that has maybe a few stories in it, maybe some Q&A, maybe some advice, some real life lessons, some just an all-around informative but also comforting and funny podcast. That's what I would love. That's what I do love to listen to. So I definitely want to show that myself. I definitely want to lead that example myself. All of this is new to me, right? I have sort of different kind of creators in my family, and some of my family are on the internet, but I want to do this my own way. I want to do this away from everyone else. I want to branch off and really make something for myself, make something that I've built alone. Also, if you can hear stuff in the background, I'm sitting by the door. I don't know, it was the most quietest place to record. My uncle's in his room watching some TV, so there's a little bit of laughing, a little bit of TV going on in the background. You're probably just hearing cars or little breezes of wind with the trees. I don't know. I'm just telling y'all where I'm at right now. Definitely in the future, I would love to invest in some good equipment, microphone and, visuals wise, but right now that's not in the budget. Right now, we're figuring it out, okay? We're figuring it out. Speaking of figuring it out, I'm actually looking for jobs right now, so I can advance a little bit, make something for myself, maybe, hopefully. I'm coming of the age where, it would be nice to have a car and not rely on people to drive me or take 3 buses to get somewhere, because I just live in an awkward area, The buses aren't the awkward part. It's just always the transferring and waiting the 10, 15, 20 minutes before the next transfer. It's a hassle, If you're in the car, you could just go one way, no stop unless you got to get gas or whatever else, It'd be nice. And eventually I do want to get my own place. I don't want to live with family forever. Even if it's a studio, even if it's a loft, something small, something I can call my own, make it a little bit homey, have my own decor and furniture and, But today's podcast episode, nothing too serious, nothing too heavy or crazy. I just wanted to put it out there that this is what I'm gonna be doing. I haven't figured out what days. We're not on a schedule yet. They'll just come as they come, right? But I just wanted to put it out there, make it known. And hopefully you guys will come along for the ride, and in a couple years you can say you knew me before I blew up. Something like that. But if you've made it this far into the episode, thank you. Thank you for listening. And yeah, it's thank you for listening, huh? Because you're not really watching much. Thank you for listening, and until next time, I definitely want to be more consistent and focus on my craft and really push out some decent stuff, And if you're not watching me on YouTube, you can always go down to my Instagram. Everything's linked in the description. There's my Instagram in there, and then I also have a TikTok. So if you want to watch more, shorter videos, if you're not a Reels person, then, definitely follow me on TikTok too. You'll see more raw, random stuff on TikTok, I think. Random videos of just trends or whatever else. So, yeah, definitely check those out. And just for the future, if I do ever have anyone in a video, if they're a creator themselves, I'll definitely try to put their different links in the description also, just to give them credit where credit's due. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I did it. I said it. Thank you so much for listening. I need to focus on an outro, don't I? I need to make one. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already, subscribe and like the video and give me some honest feedback. Until next time, have a blessed day.